Blam, 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 blam. We're here. We made it.
Hi, hello. We're here again. Welcome to another week of Oasis 11, also known as Oops All Rogues. I'm Claire, the regular human here on my channel.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Here the tables have turned. I'm gonna turn the table over to the person really in charge tonight, Joyce Murphy.
Hey everybody, blam, blam, blam. Good to see y'all. Good to be here. Good to be back. DMing on the Claire the DM channel again. Thanks Claire for letting me swing through. So the name of the game is Oasis 11. We're doing a fun little heist mission. In a minute we're gonna go through and we'll kind of catch you up if you missed last week. We're gonna have like a, last week on Oasis 11 a little bit. But just kind of as like a fun icebreaker for our cast, I have a question that I'm going to ask you all to answer in character. And it can be, sort of interesting, whatever you kind of want to take it, whatever direction. So the question is, when is a time in your character's life that they stood up to authority? So we're going to open that up. Does anyone have anything like, off the top of their head? I probably should have warned you ahead. This is kind of a large question.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Can you restate the question?
When is a time when your character has stood up to authority for the wrong reason?
Define authority.
Interesting.
I think it can be anything that your character wants. Authority could be as simple as a school teacher telling them that they can't eat paste. Or it could be as large as, the leader of a kingdom telling them that they have to live underwater for the rest of their life. It could be anything. To kind of give y'all a little buffer, my favorite character that I've ever come up with and played was Myla Tea Leaf. It was actually the first halfling that I ever played, my first session ever. I played a Myla Tea Leaf who was a bard, and she was a folk hero. So in Myla Tea Leaf's life, she has stood up to many people who are much larger than her. And so for her, authority is anyone taller than 4 foot. And so anywhere she goes, if someone above 4 feet speaks down to her, she will fight them. And that has gotten her into a lot of trouble over the years.
I could jump in. I just addressed my backstory, so I think I found my moment.
Incredible.
I think the first crime Mim ever committed, and so the crime was a cat burglary. She stole a rare item. She had overheard a group of people discussing it at a tavern. And I think the reason she decided to jump in and offer her services is because she had literally been exploring that place already and had seen that thing and just knew she could get it. So I don't know if that's the right reasons, but
yeah,
I can and therefore I shall was her opening crime.
I like that. No, that seems very on brand for Mim. As we all know, Mim, I combined 2 words there. Mim, the mute gnome who communicates
and she could
primarily. She could. How did
that
Mim
was before
lose?
The incident?
Yeah, what was do you want to unpack that right now, the incident, or no?
Sure. She was stealing an item, or she's stealing a Mim does not like to deal in jobs where she does not know what she is stealing, and that is predominantly because of this job in which she was asked to steal a parcel of unknown goods. That parcel contained a powder of unknown, like a powdery substance, and it was in the thievery of that item got broken, the powder dispersed, and it was inhaled. And since that incident, she has been rendered magically silent.
What a shame. I'm going to throw it to Dare to put Claire on the spot. When's a time that Dare has stood up to authority for the wrong reason?
I don't know that they would call it the wrong reason.
Oh, yes.
But...
for the record, this doesn't have to be the character knowing it's the wrong reason. This can be a meta.
Yeah,
Claire knows.
I mean, I think Dare originally being a landwalker is a thing that was frowned upon, but they realized they could get more work on land because it's a marketable skill rather than not. I'm just gonna say it because I think everyone knowing is more fun than you not knowing at this point.
Sure.
Dare, while a Triton, is a splash rules style mer person. So if Dare does get wet, they will become a mer person. And then Joyce immediately was like, "Here's a full rainstorm to arrive at this establishment."
Oh yeah.
So
There were umbrellas. I gave you umbrellas.
you gave me halflings with umbrellas. But yeah, I think Dare stands up to authority anytime someone thinks they have a plan but doesn't have a plan. Like Dare shows up to do things, and then when people are like, "No, we don't need to do that," they're like, "No, just like I don't want to. I just want to do the thing and leave." Like, so Dare really stood up when they were like, "Doing the thing means going and killing the people who took the thing, the water." So
I'm into it. Can you hear me still? I changed my thing a little bit.
yes.
Incredible. So next up on my screen, so unfortunately it's you, Bima. When's the time that Bima has, stood up to authority for the wrong reason?
Why? I've given this some thought and thought about when I was building out B here. Like, what's this whole gist? And I have to say, you don't get by in this job, particularly as a mastermind rogue, I like to think, without doing this often. So I would actually have to say that to test one authority figure and have some big momentous moment is not really in line with Bima's style. So I would say that the whole idea of being a septuagenarian, getting this far, a lot of authority has been tested. Is this a cop-out to your question? Yeah, kind of, but I also think it's the truth.
I think you're also standing up to the authority of the Dungeon Master right now, so congratulations, Bima did it.
Yeah, there it is, everyone. Game on game.
Game on game on game. Joey Balls, Joey Balls, family man, long life. When's the time?
Joey's a family man, and at home, Joey's not the one who runs the show. Don't tell the people out here, but at home, Joey, a supportive relationship exists when two people are in communication, and that means a give and a take. And Joey's wife definitely is the driver of the relationship, Josephina. And quite honestly, being here, it's I thought I was retired, and I think with Joey, it's like, would it be helpful for the family for like this payout? 100%, right? So like, Joey's doing it because it would be helpful for the family, but also maybe like a little addicted to the thrill of the chase and the thrill of the adventure. So at the heart, the right reason, but definitely has left the wife and kids at home, and definitely
Joey's authority figure is his wife.
Oh, right.
He's a wife guy. We've got a wife guy.
The wife, and then the kids, and then like any mob boss there would be. But Josephina runs the show.
I can't remember the celebrity that said it, but there was a celebrity that were like, "Oh, do your kids like think it's cool that you're famous?" And he was like, "My kids don't care at all that I'm famous. They just are like, give me a milkshake." And I like to imagine that Joey Balls has killed so many people, and then like his kids are like, "I don't care, give me a milkshake."
Yeah, Joey Balls can like talk his way into anyone doing anything, except if his kids don't want to do anything. Like, no chance. Like, Joey's the one who cleans up after them without it.
I love it. I love that you're like, also, it's like, like that Joey and Josephina Balls are like, their family of balls are growing up to be just, the Joeyest and balliest of the world. It's very, very exciting. Last but certainly not least, we have our player character, Raven Clearwater. Raven, when's the time that you stood up to authority, and maybe for the wrong reason?
Yeah, Raven was definitely training to be a rogue I don't think she was training to be a phantom rogue. I think that happened to her, and it's because she started it, like, wanted to kind of, you know, when you're assign a really boring assignment, but know that there's like a really cool thing that you'll learn next, and she just kept pushing the boundaries that her mentor was setting for her, and she took it a little too far, and that's why she's a phantom rogue now. And so is for the wrong reasons. She just wanted to like absorb all the knowledge too quickly and gain power more quickly than she should have.
I like that. I like that Raven Clearwater is, you know, pushing that envelope at any given point. Well, with that, I think we're gonna hop into it. As always, I love to go over expectations before we get into it. So for this being the second session, you know, my standard expectations are always no hate speech. No one knows what's going to happen, especially me. And the third expectation is that hopefully we all have fun. Does anyone have any expectations or things they're looking forward to this session they want to share with the group?
Bring it on.
Bring it on. All right. So last week on
Copyright.
It's not that. Copyright. Everybody run. Last week on Oasis 11, our adventurers arrived at the home of Mademoiselle Tea Leaf. The palatial Tea Leaf estate is now run down. The rich topiaries and things that used to dot the landscape have now been replaced by dunes of sand. You were all gathered there for one great purpose, and that purpose was to honor the Tea Leaf family's, or to honor Reginald Tea Leaf's dying wish, which was to ruin the Azarath family. The Azaraths that we know are a family of Dragonborn that run the Oasis Casino. Now, the big setup for the day is that tomorrow, in universe, tomorrow, not tomorrow our universe, but tomorrow in universe, Frankie, the babe copacetic, will be arriving out of a hurricane. And when he lands at 11 p.m., the Oasis is going to be filled with trillions of dollars of gold and jewelry in its vaults. Additionally, because of the hurricane that we are currently stuck in, the flight got delayed 2 days so that Frankie, the babe copacetic, will be arriving on the same day that the water bill for the nation of Pathos is due. So the vault is going to be packed. We all know that we need to get into it. We covered a few of the security measures of the casino last session, but we'll be getting back into that. So without further ado, our adventurers wake up in their beds, greeted by a, you know, small halfling entourage that brings them fresh pressed clothing. It is fully their clothing. That was, you know, potentially stolen in the night and then like ironed. I don't know, but they're delivered their fresh pressed clothing. In the clothing, Dare is actually delivered the bolts from the crossbow that Raven stole the night before, and there's a small note that says, "Mr. Dare, try not to lose these again. We'll have no more tomfoolery." And then on the flip side, in Raven Clearwater's room with her clothing is a dagger that Dare stole in return. A little kind of thief back and forth with a matching note for Raven Clearwater, saying that, you know, in this Tea Leaf household, we respect one another, or, you know, something lame like that. But with the drop off of notes, objects, and clothing, you are all summoned back down to the dining room for a, you know, light breakfast. At the center of the table is Mademoiselle Tea Leaf, and she greets you all as you enter the room. "Hello. I trust your accommodations were pleasant." Oh, she's like a little British today. I gotta fix that. I gotta self-edit that.
Just woke up today and was like, this is me.
I'm British now. No,
Look, who's among us hasn't?
Holmes.
Is she a bit like the dean from Community?
A little bit.
Just every different character every day.
Yeah. No. I had this like saying I used to do just to get into the character, which is lords, ladies, and distinguished gentlemen. So I have to say that. So lords, ladies, and distinguished guests, I hope that you found your accommodations to be adequate and sufficient. Now, I would like to address a apparent feud that has been occurring under this roof between Master Dare and Mademoiselle Clearwater. Now, while you are under this roof, I expect you all to treat each other with respect. You are officially on the job. And with that, a bunch of halfling butlers kind of scatter through the room and give you each a bag of 100 gold coins.
Right.
Now, in the drawing room, we have a couple other members who will be joining the team. After we complete our breakfast, we will join them and begin preparation for the heist. Is there anything anyone wants to do before we meet these new members of the team and start planning this thing? Is there any kind of prep, spell books, whatever we need?
I want to eat some toast.
Heck
Coffee.
yeah.
Is there
Bima
toast
eats
around?
Yeah, I love it. So Bima tears into that toast. There is coffee around. This is like a large spread as well. There are many kind of plates going on. You know, there's some like bagels, lox. We got eggs. We got bacon. We got Canadian bacon for some reason. I don't know. Mim, you are able to find coffee quite easily. Joey Balls, what's normally going on in the Joey Balls household for breakfast? Is it like a chaotic affair, or is it?
There are 8 kids running around who are always being fed, so it's like get the kids fed. You know, mom and dad just trying to get whatever scraps. So Joey uses it. This is vacation, right? So Joey just like leisurely strolls up and just starts loading the plate. Big fan of bacon. Josephina doesn't let him have it at home because of the cholesterol.
Oh my
But
god!
just loading up the plate with just like the heaviest, like fattiest, unhealthiest, and just like is in heaven right now.
I love that's great because I was wondering if he was like gonna be sitting there and like unaccustomed to the kind of calm nature of the breakfast, but I'm glad that he's just living his truth and piling on that bacon.
Because once we go back home, we're not getting this again. We're not.
So Mademoiselle Tea Leaf is a little bit of a drama queen, and so she did intentionally sit Dare and Raven across from each other. So there will be a moment where you two, with your bolts and dagger, are locking eyes across a table. Is there anything you guys want to say to each other before this?
There are dogs fighting right next to me. I just have to preface before
right.
I talk.
That's
That's
I felt like it was like inner thought monologue.
Inner thoughts, dogs.
Raven definitely just says good morning.
Nice,
And
nice.
Stares at Dare.
Dare leans a little bit too far across the table and goes, I've got tricks too, okay?
All right, and with that,
looks like respect to me.
and with that, our breakfast is completed. The halfling waiters and maids begin to bus the tables, and our party makes their way into the drawing room, where there is a stout gnome sitting at a table, and the lights are sort of flickering in the room. Mademoiselle Tea Leaf enters and says, all right, well, I would like to introduce you to someone who will not necessarily be committing the heist, but it will be someone I think crucial to our success. I'd like to introduce you both to Phineas Flatfoot. Phineas kind of rights himself and like adjusts his glasses, and he's like,
hello, it's great to meet all of you. My name is Phineas Flatfoot, and I'm here to help you crack the safe.
well, Phineas is quite modest. Now, there is nobody better with gears than Phineas, and while Phineas is not quite the thief that would we require to go there, Phineas does have quite a few connections and a great understanding of vaults, which actually... Where is, and with that, the kind of hair on top of Mila's head starts to stand on end, and materializing in the center of the room is a lightning elemental by the name of Gerald Kabokin. Come on, hey, Mademoiselle Tea Leaf, can I get a hug? I'm sorry, Gerald, but I think that would be quite shocking for the both of us. Forget about it! And the lightning kind of zips into a nearby light bulb, and off goes Gerald.
I apologize for my counterpart. Gerald is a little bit emotional, but with such a short time frame, we couldn't find any other lightning elementals to, possess the vault. We were able to get a almost exact replica of the one that is at the Oasis, made by Harptos. But the trick of it is that, as I'm sure Mademoiselle Tealeaf let you know, the vault itself is alive. It has a lightning elemental. So Gerald will be kind of running interference for you while you train. Thank you for that. Now, Phineas Flatfoot's going to be helping whoever is in charge of disassembling the vault train and prepare for that moment. Now, we have a number of problems ahead of us. So, firstly, the Oasis has a security system that will either need to be circumvented or disabled on the day of the heist itself. Now, there could be a number of ways to do that, but I'm not a thief, and I leave that to y'all. Another issue we will be faced with tomorrow is getting room keys. Now, the Oasis, we've just now learned, because of Frankie the Babe copacetic, has implemented last-minute rules. So there will no longer be open access to the casino floor. You will need a guest pass or a room key to get onto that casino floor on the day of the show. This would not normally pose a problem because we could just rent a room, but because of Frankie the Babe copacetic, the entire hotel is sold out. Additionally, there are only a few ways down to the vault room. As we all know, normally casinos use a pneumatic system, but the Oasis uses a hydraulic system. So there are only really two ways into the vault. One is to enter front ways through it, or two, to shrink yourself down, I guess, and go through the hydraulic system, although the pressure exerted on the body would be quite extreme. Additionally, as I revealed to you last time, we will have to deal with guards. Even if the security system is not tripped, there are still quite a number of guards. Our current estimates are around 80 to 100 guards on staff at any given day, and we do know that there will be overhire on the day of the event to deal with security for Frankie the Babe copacetic. So we'll need to figure out a way to either get rid of or incapacitate the guards. We already mentioned the safe that Gerald will be possessing with the help of Phineas. And lastly, we need to figure out what to do about this water situation. That and water is quite heavy, as well as trillions of dollars of gold and jewelry. It's going to be quite heavy and quite hard to get out of the vault. As we know, the vault is surrounded by an anti-magic zone, so shrinking the money down may prove difficult. Now, you five are experts in your field, and we only have one day to prepare for this, so who's feeling lucky?
Wish I could have slept on all that. Okay.
I'm sorry, Mademoiselle Bima, but as I said, the truncated timeline makes this quite difficult to deal with. We only got the safe delivered this morning with Phineas, and at the moment there's quite a few moving parts. There doesn't seem to be quite one way through this.
So let me get this straight. Atop all the tasks, we also are responsible for getting your two other guests to the vault?
No, actually, to clarify that, Phineas is not a criminal.
Yeah, it's true. I actually, I'm very afraid my parents will find out about my criminal record, so I don't really kind of do that.
Yeah, I hear that.
And Gerald, while he is amusing, oh, come on! It gets shouted from the other room as you see a halfling being chased by a bolt of lightning down the hallway. Gerald is a little too unpredictable, and we don't plan on using him for the actual show. These two are really mostly here for preparation.
Right, but Finn's definitely a criminal if he's already aiding and abetting.
I'm not a criminal if I haven't been caught.
And then he kind of like dabs.
All right. I shake his hand.
He very gladly does that. And as you pull your hand back, there's like a little bit of dirt on your hand, just so you know.
Right.
Blueprints. Mim wants to see the map.
So, as you look over, there is a table with blueprints on it. Mademoiselle Tealeaf leads you over to the blueprints and explains. So we were unable actually to provide blueprints of the backstage area, so there may be some amount of surveillance that needs to occur beforehand. However, we do have a picture here of the casino floor, and sprawling out in front of you is kind of a large diagram that features, upwards of 50 to 100 poker tables. But the key point is at the back of the room, there are 2 doors. One door is attached to the cashier section where people can check out chips. That is also where they have the hydraulic system that sends packages of gold down to the vault. And the other is the entrance to the security. Now, we know that these 2 doors are the only way backstage in the casino. However, both are going to be quite a problem. Now, the cashier end is covered by bars, and the security end is where the security officers eat their lunch. We assume that in the back there is some sort of green room area and a place where they connect and hopefully a way down to the vault, but as I've said before, truncated timeline.
Joey's like grabbed a fistful of bacon from the other room that he brought with him, and he's just been like nibbling on this entire time.
I love it.
And as he's like looking over the blueprints, he says, "So, Mademoiselle, you haven't no like fun discovery. You haven't figured out like, oh, this is the weakness in the. You're just nothing at all. It's just because it sounds pretty tough right now, and you haven't discovered a weakness in their security system." And then just like keeps chewing crumbs like all in his beard.
Well, in terms of a weakness in the security system, from a mechanical aspect, there doesn't quite appear to be one. However, as we all know, in many chains, there is always a weak link, and the weak link is usually a human element. Now, if we are trying to get into the hotel with guest pass or room keys, we will most likely need to go through the concierge. Coral Markson is the man in charge of that. Now, Coral Markson is particular, to say the least. He eats his lunch every day at the same time in the buffet area of the casino, and actually lives on the premises. So if we are going to get guest passes, it will either be through roughing up a guest or foreseeably tricking Coral Markson. In terms of the security system, actually one of the Azor brothers runs the security system, Moe Azor. Azarath. I got confused by the last D&D session I did. Azarath. Moe Azarath. Moe Azarath, one of the sons of the Azarath family, is actually in charge of the security system and therefore in charge of the security guards. There are a number of ways to deal with him, either incapacitate him, trick him, or, befriend him. I am not an expert in this. Additionally, we do know that there are many ways to get around the alarm system in the hotel. Here in Pathos, we are neighbors, I should say, with giant sandworms. Now, as I alluded to last night, there is a crybaby alarm system that works around the resort that could potentially be a way in for us. It wouldn't necessarily bring a worm to the casino. It can only attract them away. But it is something to consider. Additionally, and I guess, nope, there's no additional. I misread my list.
Are you the one calling this show?
I wasn't necessarily planning on it, but if need be, I can wear those pants, Mr. Dare.
All right, well, which one of you? I'm stealing her voice. Yar.
Addicted.
Now I just go Dare Tyne, and then we're good. All right, well, who's running it? Somebody has to call times.
I'm not here for times. But I would like to ask, so the lightning elemental friend of yours, how come we're not
Gerald.
just like Gerald, good old Gerald. How come we're not just like electrocuting, short-circuiting the power of the casino?
That's definitely a possibility if you would like to go that route.
Wouldn't stand.
However, if the electricity is shorted, it may prove difficult to get down to the vault.
Oh, I'm sure we have someone on this team who's willing to put up the good fight to get to the vault. Not me.
Oh yeah, 80 guard? Nothing.
So, right. Step one, we gotta get guest passes. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm not very friendly. Who wants to befriend someone?
And that's exactly how Beam is laughing out loud to this whole group.
Incredible.
Dare, I think, has never looked younger than they do in this moment. Because they are truly just like, I come here and kill people. It sounds like no one needs to die. I don't understand what my job is, and I hope it's not the hydraulics, is like the energy that they have in the room right now. They're like, finally, I got called up for a big time job. This is real. And they're trying to not exude that energy, but they're like, all right, am I supposed to be friends with somebody? I don't do that.
Feel like we're team murder, and then there's some of us that are team friends. You don't have to be on team friend.
Is anyone here on Team Friends?
I'm on team friends.
Yeah, I don't want to say friends, but I think I can convince some folks to, share a guest pass. I think I can convince some folks to let us in.
You could always just pull somebody aside that kind of looks like one of us, and I can just. So if you just get them somewhere, we can just quick shop them a place.
We don't need to do that.
I like the way you think.
Don't support that.
So, all right. So we have you two on your way to get the guest passes. That still reserves the spot, I should say, for who's cracking the vault.
Dare's full staring at Mim.
She'll scribble or like give an affirmative, like I'm in for cracking in there.
Nice.
Mim's actually very eager to get to the life-size model of the vault and start, just exploring around, seeing what she can jump to.
All right, Mim. Hugo, the driver from yesterday, will take you down to the foyer where we have the replica of the vault in just 1 second with Phineas. Now, that leaves one last issue, and that is the issue of security. Now, we either need to infiltrate or make the security irrelevant. That can be done any number of ways, and I'm open to suggestions.
Okay, hear me out. The plan, as I'm relishing this moment in my mind, is to use Gerald,
but yes.
Gerald, I like it. To use Gerald to shock the casino, if you will. Give us a few moments of time, and in this moment, we find a way to get the guest passes, make security irrelevant, head down to the vault, and everybody wins. The only problem I still see is how are we gonna get the money out?
Wait, can Gerald if we shock the casino, does Gerald isn't going?
Well, at the moment, Gerald isn't planning on going. Additionally, I don't know if it's within Gerald's purview to be able to shock an entire casino.
A place like that has to have
one elemental.
We can find a spot. There's a spot. Well, can we? So it's busy tomorrow, but can we go today?
Additionally, I would caution you that if the lights go out during Frankie the Babe copacetic set, you might have a few more issues on your hand.
I would never do that to
We're gonna have
Frankie.
some angry customers.
We can run this killing the vault thing, see how it goes. If we have to, you know, turn the thing off, we can. If we have guest passes, we can get on without turning stuff off. You got a wizard.
A wizard?
Or artificer or somebody who can make stuff.
We may be able to locate one.
They make things to take stuff out, right? Dare's looking at like Mim, who's like clearly a thief of some kind. Like Dare's looking for somebody must know a bag of holding exists. Like Dare has heard rumors about how rich people take things out and around, but like they don't know.
Mim's seen a bag of holding or two in her time. Mim's trying to think. She's concerned about, like, once we're on the floor of a casino, distractions are easy enough to come by. Somebody wins a big game, somebody wins a little too much, you know, eyes are focused in that direction. We don't have a ton of disguises, do we?
We can provide any sort of clothing or mask you might need.
If we can... She's kind of like doodling a picture on a notepad, and at some point comes to a drawing of like somebody pushing a cart of something. She's like, they have to move the money from place to place. That means they probably have carts or boxes or dollies or something that Mim could put herself inside. Yes. You can also put money inside of these things. Look, the best way to get into a behind the scenes area, and she's like furiously scribbling this down, and you're all just looking over her shoulders.
Honestly, the room is silent. Everyone cares so much in this moment, just watching you race.
Yes.
He's like, you gotta fly casual, look like you belong. At some point, we have a murderer, or at least a knocker-outer, who can remove guard from situation, remove key card from guard, remove keys from guard. Keys in our hands, us in guard clothes, guard pushes box through the security door. At that point, it's a matter of making sure that you got shift managers. That part is about being unrecognized. Because if you're not recognized, you know, depending on who sees, well, you said they're hiring extra security.
Yes, that would be true. It would appear that with the full capacity of the casino hotel, they will be hiring additional guards. We're not certain what company they're going through.
So there's wiggle room as far as somebody recognizing us as not belonging. There will be plenty of guards who do not, in fact, belong. We need to blend in with those guards. Just look like the staff. You got to get down there.
Yeah, sounds like you have it all figured out.
No, not at all, because we don't know what it looks like back there. Once we're back there, there will be hallways. There will be corners.
Oh, well, whatever.
We do have a full 24 hours if anyone would like to try to make it backstage before the event.
That's what I was saying. Somebody volunteer.
Are you just a free ride here?
My skills come in handy when I am not the star of the show.
Why don't you go ahead and name one of them?
Who is the star? She'll like draw a star. As she hears the word star, she'll like draw a star in a notepad, hold it up, and start pointing around. Who's the star?
Oh, yeah.
Dare points at Joey.
Yeah.
I don't
join in that point.
Right, well, I think you've got to be the one in charge then. If she has no skills, she's actually the thief, and she, I assume, is also gonna kill stuff. Jory's still out. She's also gonna steal stuff, maybe.
I'm good at getting into tight places.
There you are.
Uh-huh.
Now, when you say tight places, do you mean places with high security through disguise, or do you mean quite literally small and close spaces?
Quite literally.
Oh, exciting.
Raven's superpower is flexibility.
Mim will kind of approach Joey, and she'll write down on a pad, and she'll hand it to you, and it will say, "Convince me you are a security contractor."
Joey like cracks his neck and like brushes the crumbs out of his beard.
That's
and,
greasy
like,
bacon crumbs.
Tries to subdue. It's like 10:40. We'll take a right down the hallway. We're moving the goods 27 feet forward. Roger for that 47. And like snap back. He's like, that's good, right? That's
Honestly,
good.
party, how do we feel about that? Like, well, how is everyone reacting to Joey
Can
Balls'
we get a roll?
security?
Can we get a roll for that?
Yeah, honestly, let's get a performance roll from Joey Balls.
Oh.
I'd like to request a roll.
That's honestly great choice, great call.
That's a 14.
A 14. Y'all are not impressed. But it's serviceable.
Look, I don't see anyone else coming with a better. Like, you.
No, Joey.
No, go ahead, Beema. Let me see. Because everyone was so quick to point
Right,
to Joey.
yeah.
I was.
Beema, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's the next day we're invading this casino, right? Hypothetically.
Invading.
Am I wrong? I would
Oh
use
my
the word invading.
Hang on, quick time out. It is tomorrow, Beema, but we had a redeemed points in the chat. Danny Nat 20 has given advantage, I believe, to Joey
How
Balls.
dare you?
Try again,
So Joey
Joey
Balls
Balls.
gets one more chance.
I wanted
One more chance.
One
Joey,
last.
we never said Joey was good at performing. We said Joey was good at getting people to do things. So
Joey's good
yeah,
at beating
yeah.
himself.
okay, that's an 18.
Ooh.
All right, people, y'all are impressed now.
You just have to. It takes a second. It does. Because you got to know me, but once it settles in,
When I imagined the outfit, it really helped.
that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Now, so if Joey Balls is going to be the security contractor, who exactly is going to be getting the guest passes?
Well, we don't necessarily need. I'm looking for somebody who can get a peek behind the scenes today. Maybe not necessarily somebody who's supposed to be the. Because remember that eventually a real security contractor will probably show up.
That is also a very astute observation.
Which might be Dare's job if we really want to implant Joey as our security contractor.
Right? If that works, then we're set for tomorrow if he gets passes today.
Yeah. Go for it.
Do you have something to say?
You know, I think you're registering my affect as sarcasm, but you would be wrong.
Emma's just happy to be here.
All right. Well, Joey, let me know if I need to kill somebody.
Might.
Does it have to be today?
It has to be before he shows up at the casino. They show up at the casino.
I mean, should we all go? I feel like I'm fit in at a casino.
Right, so you can get the guest passes.
No.
Fima does not want to be a part of this heist.
I'm here to think.
Right,
not
and
here
we
to
haven't really
act.
seen much thinking either.
I mean, I feel relatively confident I could get a guest pass. A little double dipping. You know.
Yeah.
Ask for one for your wife.
Josephina has been begging me to bring her to the casino.
Yeah. Raven's like, I will not be convincing anyone to give us a pass. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You and me can kill people.
Appreciated.
I'm
Okay.
much better suited for that.
I mean, Mim's happy to come along for social situations, but she's unfortunately not much of a conversationalist.
Well, there it is. There it is. We have the 2 killers, and then we have the friendlies, and then we have the 1 vault breaker. This is done.
Mim's very good at wearing sunglasses and standing silently.
Is there a bar anywhere?
And with the question of, is there a bar anywhere, we are going to be taking our first bio break of the evening.
Oh my
Thank
god.
goodness.
We'll be back in, I don't know, 5, 10? What do you think? What do you think,
5 to
Claire,
7 minutes typically is what we do.
Incredible. We'll be back in 5 to 7 minutes, so don't touch that dial. Catch you on the flip.
Blam, 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 blam,
blam,
blam, blam, blam.
Blam, and we're back.
Blam.
Bima has successfully located the bar cart. Bima, what drink did you make for yourself?
Less. Oh, man. It definitely wasn't vermouth this time, I'll tell you that. Not that.
Just vermouth.
Just a
What a
heavy
bold choice.
scotch.
It's that kind of day for Bima.
Well, you know, if we move into vermouth, that's a whole nother swing.
So as we are back and Bima is just down in that scotch, Mademoiselle Tealeaf approaches Dare and Raven. All right, you two. Now, in order for Joey Balls and Bima to be successful in their quest, we need to first acquire security uniforms to meet the bid. On the outskirts of town, you'll find a small operation of security guards that you may be able to, what's the word?
Befriend?
Adjudicate?
Kill?
Terminate? Kill. Thank you, Bima. I don't know why I'm being fancy. If you can go to the security guards, it's the Jebowitz and Sons. Sorry, I just like that name. It's the Jebowitz and Sons security on the side of town if you would like to head there now. And Mila hands both of you a kind of map directing you to the other end. Mim, Phineas and Hugo will now take you down to the vault.
Follow me, please.
And they kind of start walking down the hall. And lastly, Giuseppe Baldecchi, Joey Balls, and Bima are kind of left to their own devices in this moment to essentially await the return of these security uniforms. But do not worry, we will be checking back in on you in just a minute. So we are going to jump in time.
That's why we got alcohol.
That's why we got alcohol and bacon. Joey Balls can
and bacon.
Joey and Bima are just like crunching it
These
up.
little
that's right.
servant people, the idea of one of them constantly bringing scotch and the other bringing bacon is like strong.
Yeah, 100%. That is what is currently happening. So, Raven and Dare, you make your way across town in a chauffeur-driven limo. It pulls into a sort of, not industrial park. I think the word is like outlet mall, like a strip mall, one of those. We all grew up in, I think we all grew up in America. Y'all know those like just strip malls that like, it's like a dentist, and like next to like a Hobby Lobby that closed years ago. And then the third building on the strip mall is the Jabitowitz and Sons security. It looks pretty like a small building. You can see through the window there's about like 3 or 4 people in there milling about, dressed in like security guard uniforms, but like sitting at a desk or filling out things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Who's driving?
I think the driver, Hugo, probably after dropping them off in the foyer, drove you both. So it's Hugo. He's like, hello!
Right. You should take a trip, man.
All right, I'll circle the block. he kind of like waits for you both to get out in this weird parking lot mall, and he drives off.
I'm stealthing.
Oh, absolutely.
Immediately, I think, I think Dare is sort of adopting the, like, I'm a teenager at a strip mall to, like, blend for the moment. Because I think both of us maybe are gonna try to perceive what's, like, how easily we can get the drop on these people.
Yeah, 100%.
And how many people are actually in the place.
Cool. So as you're milling about, you do notice there's like one extra person that you didn't see that is in the back. This building is located on the side of the strip mall. So as you travel it around, there's kind of like an L-shaped window. So they can see, like halfway out of all the walls. And you will notice on the back half of the building next to the dumpsters, there is a door that appears to lead into the office.
Mm-hmm. So
sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. Is something going to happen to the entire office? I love that. While you two are kind of canvassing the place, we're going to hop back to the Tea Leaf Manor, where Mim is chilling out with Phineas Flatfoot, approaching the vault. Gerald kind of ping-pongs back and forth through a couple lights, down through the chandelier, and materializes in front of him. He's like, "Hey, come on, forget about it. So what, you're the safecracker? Big shot, hot shot, safecracker?" And kind of gives you like a static shock on your nose, man.
Yes.
Gives the thumbs up. He's like, "Well, all right there." And so Gerald suddenly so attached to the Jubitowitzes. So
It's real.
Gerald materializes and shoots into this massive vault that we have in the center of the room. It looks kind of like a stereotypical vault with a massive tumbler in the center, kind of like one of those like master locks you would have on your locker growing up that like has to rotate back and forth several times. Phineas, now turning to you though, is like, "All right, so the trick to this vault is actually has 12 cylinders, which means to get into it, you either have to brute force the lock, which would require quite some force, especially in this anti-magic zone that is supposedly around it. However, you would have to get the combination exactly right to the 12th digit, and even then, you have to convince the lightning elemental who's running it to let you spin the dial." And we're going to jump again. We are back in the drawing room while Bima is sipping on scotch and Joey Balls is being followed around by a maid with a plate of bacon. What's going through both your minds? How are you preparing for this infiltration you're doing later? Like, what is in the mind of Joey Balls?
Joey's very full from this bacon. Should probably stop, but not going to. And Joey's sweating a little. Joey's like, okay, like, wasn't expecting to like come here and like put on this outfit, but like is just trying to like run through memories of like guards he's encountered in various heists and trying to like very subtly so like Bima can't see the like trying
the
it out,
method.
like, trying to like figure out like how does a guard walk? What does a guard do with their hands?
Just getting into character.
Yeah, just trying to. Where's that center? Does he lead with head, heart, groin? We're trying to figure out.
I love it. Bima, what are you doing?
Oh, I think Bima is like just kind of looking in Joey Ball's direction and is just going to kind of like start spouting off things about this mission, being like, "Don't you think it's great that we sent one person to learn about the vault? And so if something happens to that one person, we're fucked. I love it." And then also being like, "Don't you think it's great?" My whole plan was that we would just kind of go in, do a little, pickpocketing here and there, maybe dress up like the front desk or the concierge or pretend to be, any other person in the casino. But don't you think it's great that two people are going to possibly die so we can have their uniforms?
And speaking of those people who are possibly going to die, so you have their uniforms, we are hopping back to Jabitowitz and Sons at the Inlet Mall. Dare and Raven, what's going on?
We're Raven's ready to sneak in. So
Incredible.
We go to the
so are
back
you-
door.
Great. It is locked.
Can I take my what do I have?
Thieves' tools. Thieves' tools.
Yeah, my thieves tools, thank you. And try to just crack open that thing.
Yeah, I'm having an actual moment. What is the actual roll for lockpicking? There's not a
Maybe
if you're
sleight of
yeah,
hand.
it's sleight of hand, and it's the
Sleight
same
of hand,
if
thank
you're
you.
proficient or expertise with them.
six.
But yeah,
So is Raven proficient in lockpicking?
Oh, I don't know. She's great at
yes,
sleight of hand.
yes, you are.
Great, yes.
I mean,
Great.
I will say this is fully an outlet mall, and it is the level of hard to pick as like a deadbolt on.
One might even say Raven
out-
is an expert in sleight of hand.
But also, like, imagine if Raven wasn't and explaining what lockpicking would be like to Raven. Would be amazing.
So give me that sleight of hand roll.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a 29.
Woo! Literally, you take the lock apart in the door, and it just comes out as a cylinder. Door swings open. You can see it kind of opens up into a hallway. Up on the right, there's a door that appears to be a bathroom, and then further back, there seems to be a couple supply closets, maybe an office, and then a door that would appear to be opening back up in that main entrance area.
I think we should stealth to the office.
I'm with you.
All right, let me see that roll.
Okay. 24.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Not Nat.
Incredible. So you both undetected slip in through the door into the center office where there are 4 people who are completely unaware of your
Oh, I
presence.
thought this was the office with like the one person in it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
was
misunderstood what you were
unclear.
saying.
I'm so sorry.
No, you can go into the one-person office. That's
We would
totally
like to start
okay.
in the one-person office, please.
Great.
I would like to surprise this person I would like to stealth and surprise this person and murk them if possible.
Great. So they're sitting at their desk.
Yeah, I would like to murk
they're a
them.
human. They're a human. They're wearing a name tag that says Jebediah on it.
Right, well, I don't get that close to read it until after, so.
Incredible. He doesn't see you enter the door because he's click-clack typing away. You do notice, though, that this man is not wearing a security guard uniform. He's just wearing, like, a suit and tie. But he can't see you because he's, like, typing on a keyboard.
I look at Raven to see if she'll tell me if I should do this or not. Because does he seem like he's in charge?
Yeah, he seems like he's in charge.
I look at Raven with the look of a person who says, I mean, I'm down to kill this man. I'm down to leave this office with nobody left. So that nobody knows what we've done here.
But you've been with his family.
But I need Raven to, like, let me know.
So this is the person who's in charge.
Yeah.
We think.
Seemingly.
Raven does a slight nod.
Amazing. Amazing. Do I need to roll initiative or he's fully surprised?
No, he's fully. This is a sneak attack.
Amazing.
So.
That's gonna be a dirty 20 to hit and a 23 to hit because I get 2 attacks.
Yeah, both land.
Amazing. All right. So that's auto crit. And so that's gonna be, let me do a quick math here. Let's roll 12, let's roll 14, let's roll 16 d6.
Mm-hmm.
This poor soul.
Because of the...
Damn.
2 auto crits. I also need to let you know in this moment, Claire the player, that this person is not wearing armor and they are just a human, so you have already successfully just murked. You have murked them. Tell me how you killed them at their desk.
What a waste!
It's so quiet. But that's the beauty of it. It's not a waste. It's just, I can do this all day. I just look at Raven and Raven nods and I smile so large I don't even look at the guy. It's just the hand crossbow's just out. It's just quiet. I aim for the part of the body that I know is softest that it'll go through so it doesn't make a sound and it hits just right into the wall behind him. And he just slumps over on the desk.
And
oh my gosh.
As he slumps over, Raven opens one of her hands and creates a soul trinket with his soul.
Oh my god, I love it. Awesome. So the blood now drips onto the floor. When we come back, Raven, I really want to know what this soul trinket is specifically that you have made. But we're going to jump to Mim back at the foyer with the massive lock currently possessed by Gerald. Come on!
You say convince me to let, like, she's like talking to the nerdy one.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Phineas.
or she's like, what do you mean convince? Writing it down.
Well, there's a couple ways you could go about doing it. So it's not necessarily that you need to be like, hello, I'm here to rob you, please let me rob you. Like, you don't need to do that. But you need to essentially either convince the lock mechanism that you are supposed to be there and that you opening it is part of the plan, or you need to brute force it, which once again would be quite hard in a non-magic area. At any given point, the lightning elemental could just materialize inside the vault, and it would be much harder to get it out.
Okay. All right. Assuming I look like I'm supposed to be there, I would like to try fiddling with the tumbler to see, like, can I get a feel for it? Can I, if I put my large gnomish ears up to the wall, can I hear the tumblers clicking inside?
You can.
Great. All right. So I want to see if I can guess the first number. Or like find the first number by twisting it.
I'm going to let you choose either sleight of hand or investigation on this because it's kind of like a weird mix of both, like whichever one is your preferred.
Okay, sleight of hand it is, because I'm proficient in that. I got a 18.
18. You are able to figure it out. So you're able to get the first number. There aren't necessarily even numbers on it. It seems just to be like ticks.
Oh, okay. So I don't even need a digit. I just need to listen.
Correct.
Rough. I'll look at her and I'll be like, will there be numbers on the real one?
Well, it's not that there won't be numbers per se. We don't know what will be on it at all.
Okay.
Could be card faces, could be, coins, could be pictures of dead children. We don't know.
Very well. Well, with reliable talent, I think an 18 is the lowest I can roll. So would I be able to?
Oh my god, incredible. So really the issue here is just convincing the elemental that you should be able to do this. So jumping back to the bar, Bima, I'm assuming you finished your first drink at this point. Joey Balls, what kind of mannerisms are you getting through your character study?
It's there's like a limp, sort of like a, not even a limp, more of like a swagger, like, security guard, like wearing like a heavy like security guard utility belt. So like Joey's really playing with the like, the like thumbs through the belt hole, trying to like puff out the chest type thing.
Love it. Bima, I really liked where you were at mentally when we last checked in. What's going on?
Well, I guess from what Joey Balls has said, am I starting to like see this kind of come through, right? Like it's not just, and the thing is too, is like, I would say scotch after scotch. Again, haven't switched to vermouth yet. We're still going there, but I would say we're 2 in now, right? I mean, obviously it's leisure time. I'm having a great time. So, I think the truth of the matter would be is that Bima would definitely be leaning up against whatever barish thing we have, wall, bar cart, whatever came through, and just kind of look and be like, am I seeing things, or is Joey Balls adding a slight like kind of movement going on? And so I think
totally that.
Am I losing my mind, or does Joey Balls have game? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like, so security guard, right? And I think without words, that Bima would then like to kind of do this thing of like taking the help action and start like coaching Joey Balls to like whatever this sort of security guard thing Joey Balls is going for. And that's definitely what we're doing in this room.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it. So back at Jabitowitz and Sons, Raven, with your passive perception, you actually hear the door to the central office click as the lock is slowly being. It's one of those like it's not like a doorknob. It's like a push. It's like one of those push bar doors, and so you can hear someone starting to push on the inside of the door to enter.
Raven, or I quickly take out my my short bow, I think, because I also have one, and just aim, and as soon as it's open enough, I shoot them.
Great. So the door opens, and you're like "Hey, pops!" And your bolt flies loose. Roll that attack for me.
Oh no, that's wrong.
Just here to support our local businesses.
You know how it goes.
Just our family-owned and operated businesses.
We were told to destroy this family and anyone
Policing
anyone
is
attached
bad.
to them.
They're not
that was-
cops.
They're private
just gonna-
cops. That's worse.
Capitalism cops.
Fucking.
So I hit them with a casual 27, I assume.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a. How much damage you do it?
Oh yeah. Let me.
I'm just gonna let you know anything above an 11 is an instant kill. These are just
Well,
people.
it's a sneak attack, right? Because they don't
Yep.
see me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already at a 9 before I even roll the sneak attack dice. So
Oh yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you have 66 sneak attacks, so at least 15.
Yeah. So they're dead. Walk me through how their body falls, because I'm assuming you're, this equipped in this moment that it's like, boom, bolt flies, gets the person through the door. What are you doing next? Because they're,
yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's quite quiet as well.
I think Dare is already, as she's loosing the bow, or as she's loosing the arrow, ready to catch and pull the body in and shut the door.
I love it. Roll me for that. I want to see an athletics check from Dare, because Dare, you were inside. You were in the room. You're gonna cross an entire room after killing a man to pull a body inside in the split second it took
I
for
didn't
the
have
door
to
to
cross
click
the room
open.
to kill the man. I'm still just in the doorway because my bow has a 60-foot range. So you telling me I didn't walk into that man. I will
thought you
still
said
make the check. I will, but I need everyone to know that Dare has a 6 strength. It's -2.
I can't wait.
I just
You still
got
gotta carry this body. You still gotta get this body through the door.
It's one pull, I just want to remind us of that. Oh, I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's a dirty 17, baby.
Incredible.
Dare is like, I need to impress Raven.
I'm gonna give it to you. This other human that you are grabbing now, you are able to pull through the door. They are wearing a security uniform, and the door kind of shuts behind them. Their shirt has a little name tag on it that says Jerry. It's Jerry Jabitowitz. So far, you've met Jebediah and
Very
Jerry.
inventive names.
No.
That's 3 more.
There are 2 more, I believe, in the main area.
2 more. You want to lead, or you want me to lead?
You go ahead.
All right. We're gonna go murk them.
Yeah, give me another
Yep.
stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize Mim was
Oh
declaring
no,
death to a
I got it
family.
now. 1.
No!
Oh.
Let's get some
No,
oofs in the
I lied.
chat.
It was a
Oof.
7.
It was a 7. It was a 7.
I lied.
Ooh!
Oh boy, that would have been
That's a
hilarious.
19. It's
All
a
right.
19.
Ooh.
Take back your oofs. Take back your oofs.
Oof. I'm oofing.
You both-
I got a 23.
You both slowly, as quietly as someone can squish across bloodstained carpet, you make your way out into the main area of the Jabitowitz and Sons security office. Jumping back though to Mim in that foyer, hanging out with the safe. It is spinning, but you're starting to notice that as you are spinning it, Gerald's starting to fuck with you a little bit. Every now and then he's
Not good.
sending a shock through your head, or he's making it jump as it rotates.
Got it. The shock she'll try to deal with as best she can. But she assumes that as she puts her ear to this safe, the whatever elemental inside is probably going to get suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she will continue as it tries to jump. Is there a way for her to like kind of stop it from jumping, or will that? I guess her question is, she'll turn as he forces it to jump. She'll turn and like writing down, she'll be like, will overturning the dial reset the entire lock system, or will it only?
Yes, actually, this whole thing that Harptos made for the casino is an incredibly sensitive mechanism. So basically, if it ever goes off by even one notch in any other direction, you have to start over completely. Additionally, it being a 12-cylinder lock, if you mess up more than 2 times in a row, the third time will actually seal the vault indefinitely.
Got it. Okay. Hopefully the elemental in there is not as rude as Geralt is.
Forget about it.
Mim is going to. Well, we'll be in the anti-magic field at this point, won't we?
You will.
How does that affect the elemental?
Well, the elemental is inside of the vault, so
which is not an anti-magic
correct.
field.
Yes, inside the
Okay.
Is
vault
she also
is
underwater
separate.
at that point?
She would be.
Great. I forgot that.
Oh, so a shock will probably kill me.
Yes.
How realistic is this situation?
What do you mean? Like, how realistic is it to like circumvent? Like what? Like the physics? What do you mean?
Like, is the elemental inside? Well, we don't know, but is Geralt a particularly bad, like misbehaving elemental?
No, Geralt is. I mean, not. Listen, lightning elementals. They're fast in more ways than just the speed of light that electricity travels at. They talk fast, they move fast, they act fast, and they got loose morals. If you know what I'm saying. So in general, the fact that this lightning elemental is even employed by the Oasis is kind of an anomaly.
Okay. Being underwater as well. How do normal employees access this thing?
Through the hydraulic system. They usually just send in individual tubes of money, or when they kind of access it. I don't know. I mean, well, that's kind of a mystery, I'll say. It's kind of a mystery how they even get into it to begin with.
Got it. All right. How big are the capsules that carry money?
They are like about the size of like a 2-liter like thing of soda. Soda.
Darn, Mim's too big. Okay.
Back to the drawing room. Bhima, you're giving these kind of coaching. Like, what do you think is like the greatest nugget of wisdom that Bhima can give to Joey Balls in this moment? Like, is there like, your like, I don't know, like your Philip Seymour Hoffman's greatest tip to actors, like be your character. Like, what is your, advice to Joey Balls in this moment as you're kind of coaching him through this prep?
Oh no. I think I have to say in the state of consciousness that we feel like we may or may not be leaving. Still probably working on that third drink. I would say that at the end of this coaching session, the best piece of advice that Bhima shares with Joey Balls is don't think about it. And then also, I think having said that piece of news, I think B here would also just be like, so you have any laundering sewing skills? Because I don't know how those two are going to be killing people, but like those uniforms I don't think are going to be in tip-top shape. You know what I'm saying?
Back at the Jabinowitz and Sons, Dare and Raven have kind of split up into so there's someone sitting kind of at cherry desk in the front, they're kind of like a middle-aged woman. And then on the other side, there's someone slightly younger than the person that Raven just blasted through the face with that crossbow. And they're also kind of sitting over at a desk milling about, doing office paperwork. Maybe like the phone rings and they answer it, but it's like, just everyday office things.
Raven's following Dare right now.
Right. I'm gonna walk down the hallway stealthily. And are any of them in a line?
They're not necessarily in a line. They're kind of like, it's 2 points. So like literally any if you get on one side of them, like
There's
like
only two people left now.
Yeah, you could line them up if you want it. That just is,
Well, if there's only two left, then I'll leave one for Raven.
She just nods at you. It's like, thank you.
I'm gonna like point as I like turn back. I assume we're like kind of ducked behind a desk or something at this point. I'm gonna like turn back and do the thing of like, do you have a preference? I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm gonna be like gesturing between the two of them.
Yeah. She doesn't want to really, since you're younger, she's gonna let you kill the younger one. So she speaks to the woman.
Amazing.
Even though she just killed a young kid. But...
Let's see those rolls.
All right.
Alright.
If they're surprised, do we also get advantage on rolling to hit them?
You would, yes.
That's wild.
I don't know if you need it, is what I'm saying.
I might
but...
crit. I guess I'm gonna crit either way.
Well, I did just crit.
Once again, if you're both critting, the minimum, like you can just tell me how you're killing these people because their health is 11 hit points. Like they are soft, squishy babies. You can,
Yeah, at that point I'm rolling.
Sure, soft, squishy babies, but when I get to tell you that I killed the soft, squishy baby with 77 points of damage.
Great.
It's important.
That's really important, actually. So how are you? Which one are you killing, and how are you killing them?
I'm killing the younger person with
Great.
I guess actually it'll probably be less points of damage because Dare's not gonna waste the second bolt if they don't need it. So
the younger one is wearing a name tag that says Jalen. It's Jalen Jabitowitz.
Right. I'm not reading those until we're putting those outfits on later.
That's okay. I'm just saying.
All right. Yeah, I
think it's good context.
Clean through the squishy parts. Something
God
fast.
Damn. That's brutal. It's the amount of damage you're doing too. Like you're shooting. So you fire off your bolt at the younger one, and as it flies through their chest, it sticks into the wall behind them with the still beating heart, just like up against the wall. The woman who is sitting at the table turns and she's like, Jalen, Raven, what are you doing?
Hey, shoot like straight through her nose.
Oh my god. Just like,
It's like Raven's trying to avoid shooting through the uniform that we're gonna use. So she aims for the head.
See, and Dare is trying to make it easier for the person dying, and that's the difference between the two of us. Also, Raven, wait, do you have that reaction again?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal. I don't want to take all of their souls, but she'll take one more for the road.
If you take the middle-aged woman, then you'll have like a matching husband and wife pair.
Yeah. That's totally what she does. Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
Jebediah and Gertrude, which is her name, she wasn't always a Jebediah. She married into it. So
Was
Gertrude.
she in a security outfit?
No, she's just the secretary.
Right.
She just answers the phone.
Did she have nice glasses?
Oh yeah, horn rim.
All right, I'm gonna take those. Pop the lenses out.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I'm gonna give them to Raven.
Really bloody though.
I'm gonna give them to Raven.
All right. So as the last body falls to the ground in this chaos in this inlet mall, finally kind of falls to a, I guess I didn't say like as the sound dies down, but this whole thing was quiet, so never mind. No, the people in the Hobby Lobby next door.
That entire thing happened in
no
like
idea.
20 seconds.
Literally. And with that though, Hugo just made his way around the block, and you see a limo pull out in front.
Yeah, I just
Raven?
walked into the limo.
Raven wipes off the glasses that Dare just handed to her and just fully puts them on.
Yeah, I pull my arrow out of the wall and follow her as she does that. We get back in the car smooth, and I think as you put the glasses on, I'm just like, told you I got tricks.
Wait, we need to make sure we
With
didn't get
the outfit!
You didn't get
We
the
get back
uniform.
out! We get back out! This is exactly what happens. We're like, that was incredible. That was amazing. This is great. What a
You're
good
like
day. And then
high-fiving
we
each
get in
other
the
on the way
car,
to the car.
and Hugo is probably the one who looks at us and is like,
Where are those uniforms?
right? Hang on.
We calmly though
Just
get
back out, walk
Like, there's-
back in, pull out one more arrow for the road, shove it back in, calmly undress, take the uniforms, fold them. I look in the secretary's desk for a Tide stick for the blood.
There is definitely a Tide stick.
Yeah, I
in there.
take a Tide stick
I
to do
need
the
you to know
Tide
this.
stick in the car.
Good.
You want anything else?
I'm all set.
Is there like a laptop in the office? In the main
Yeah,
guy's
I'm-
office?
I honestly was assuming it was like an old Dell desktop because it's like a family-run business. So it's,
All right. If
I
there's
don't
any
think
flash
it's.
drives or floppy disks, I will take them.
Take the computer.
There's floppy disk. There's definitely a floppy disk.
All right, we'll take anything that's stored on anything. I think Dare's like, I could be a thief too.
So you two and your bloodstained uniforms get back in the limo and you head back towards Tea Leaf
They're
Manor.
not stained
This is-
anymore.
This is just a metagame thing. There's fully a supply closet in that building with unused uniforms, and you killed people and took it off their bodies, and I love that.
Right. Well, you sent 2 murderers to do the job.
Yeah, I don't know what you expected.
The fact that it literally did not cross our minds
I
to even discuss.
You didn't even
No.
look around.
Right. Well,
You just murdered.
yeah, but we were really cute when we did it. So
And speaking of people who are really cute as they accomplish their tasks, as the limo heads back to Tea Leaf Manor, we'll check back in on Mim, who is having quite a difficult time with this. Phineas, though, kind of noticing you're having trouble with it.
Well, Mim wants to ask Phineas. She's just like, she kind of like at a certain point she gets shocked again and the dial spins and she's like been counting based on what Phineas said, and she knows she's been like in a real situation she's just been locked out.
Mhm.
And she'll be like, tell me everything you know about lightning elementals.
I'm glad you asked. I have a page because I don't remember things. So, lightning elementals, as we know, are beings made entirely of lightning. So if they touch you or they touch something near you, they can kind of ping pong, boop bop, and deal lightning damage to the surrounding area. Now, what's interesting about them is that while they travel around, they can turn into essentially like a globe of lightning to be kind of like a more concentrated ball. And then I'm just going to read this part. They're mostly from the plane of air. That plane also holds the power of the storm, including monstrous hurricanes. Heyo. That are larger than entire worlds. Whether lightning elementals are the product of are the byproduct of common air elementals spending too much time and getting electrically charged, we don't know. But we do know that they particularly enjoy attacking creatures that are made of metal and creatures that wear metal armor or wield metal weapons. Many lightning elementals have a roughly humanoid shape, but some prefer animalistic shapes, particularly birds and dragons, and a few appear to be nothing more than large, disembodied heads made of dark clouds with flickering lightning tongues. Regardless of the shape a lightning elemental takes, the air around that creature hums and throbs with the promise of electrocution and the tangy sting of ozone. So you would know that just as a creature of the world, but Phineas has a few insights.
Okay, so obviously we all know the setup of lightning elementals. We know what they're capable of doing. We know that they're a little bit shocking. But what you might not know about elementals is that they're pretty impatient and they're pretty foolhardy. So if anything, your strategy here might be I don't know, to lure the elemental out of the vault, to lure the elemental, into the vault, to trick them into zapping something that could hurt them. I don't know. I think you should kind of play on his psyche. Gerald's here, he's hanging out. He's doing his best. He's like,
Thank you, Phineas.
That's Gerald. Gerald has a lot of respect for just Phineas.
Gerald's doing great. I wouldn't want him to make this easy on me. Interesting. They want to attack things made of metal.
Yes.
Do you like wind-up toys, Phineas?
I love wind-up toys. Gnomes, as we know, love toys, and they love tinkering. So
Hello, gnome.
Phineas maybe even has like a bag with him that he like opens up and like shows you like a bird he has that like twists it up and it flies around the room. He's like,
I love wind-up toys.
These are ideas. The toys are much smaller and can go in the tube. Let's say a rogue moving element shows up inside the vault. Not expected, that's not money, what do you do? Now, 2 seconds later, another one shows up, and then a third. That's pretty distracting, hopefully giving me enough time to fiddle with the lock while not breathing air.
That's actually quite a good idea. There's also the possibility to maybe trap the lightning elemental in one of the trinkets.
Yes.
To lure them out.
That would be, as Phineas says that, and then we'll be like, hey, I like that.
as you kind of finger guns at Phineas, the door opens and the entourage of Hugo, Raven, and Dare re-enter the manor.
How covered in blood are they?
They are. I mean, actually, that's a great question. Let's throw it to Dare and Raven. How covered in blood are you two?
I think not much.
I don't think. Yeah.
I feel like there's there's one moment where like Dare was kind of like trying to like flex a little bit about like the glasses and then forgot that they touched the glasses that had blood. So there's like a little bit of blood that is like bright red on their very gray face. But it's just like a teeny bit and very clearly is not like a splatter.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Raven's not. She's just there with the uniform and new glasses.
So as you two enter the foyer, you're also hit with the not overpowering stench of scotch and bacon. But as a door cracks open, like cartoon style, like the scent kind of drifts into the room. And Joey Balls, as well as Bima, kind of wander out into the foyer to receive their security uniforms.
There you go.
They came with
A
name
little
tags.
worse for wear. Oh,
Name
yeah.
tag.
Yeah, it'll really help sell it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Right? Then
So
you
we-
know who they are.
They're Jalen and Jerry are the two name tags, just for those keeping track at home.
Oh boy. Taking Bima's advice of not thinking about it, Joey like closes his eyes and like just grab one.
Mm.
Sort of.
Oh my god, I'm gonna roll. Hang on. Jalen.
Loving it.
Meaning that Bima, you are receiving Jerry. Before you two head off with Hugo to be dropped off at the Oasis Casino, is there anything you want to share with your teammates?
How am I supposed to be a Jerry?
You can channel it, I'm sure.
Right, and the name tags are just pins, so you can swap if you need.
Joey turns to Bima and goes, Bima, just don't think about it. Hey!
You're right.
And down the road that they just traveled on, Hugo with Bima and Joey Balls in the back heads off to the Oasis Casino. The Oasis Casino that we haven't seen yet is actually kind of a very imposing structure. It's a very large building, about 50 stories tall. And at the base, it kind of has two large structures, jolting out in either direction. It's nestled in sort of a large rock outcropping. I don't want to say that the building is, phallic shaped, but it's a little bit phallic shaped if you've seen a building or two. So as you enter, the first thing you notice is that in the main entryway of the hotel, there is a massive water fountain. There's guests milling about, and over at the concierge desk, I cannot speak words. Over at the concierge desk, there is Coral Markson, the concierge, chilling out.
Joey like looks over at Bima and gives like a follow my lead, and does his like thumb through the belt loop, like walk up to Coral. And like I feel like security guards like toxic masculine energy, just like in other people's space. So Joey like tippy toes like up to the concierge desk and like leans his arm on it. Just goes, Coral, Jalen, did we learn the name of the security company?
Yeah, it says on the name tags. It's Jibitowitz and Sons.
Jalen from Jibitowitz and Sons, here with my partner. We're coming in on extra security duty tomorrow, and you're supposed to show us. And it's like just trying to persuade Coral. You're supposed to give us the lay of the land in advance so we can go back, report back to
orientation.
Thank you, Jerry. Orientation. So let's go. Let's make that happen.
Both of you need to roll a deception.
Let's make that happen. All right, here we go.
18.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no,
okay.
Bima.
No, we're good. But unfortunately, that's still just a. Hang on, math. If I have a +10 in deception, but I am reliable talent in this, what does that math make for? If I rolled a 2.
20.
Thank you. Math. 20.
Incredible. So Carol seems a little bit confused. She's, I thought we were expecting both of you tomorrow. All right, I guess I'll go introduce you to Moe. And she kind of leads you both out onto the casino floor. She can't see you because you're just walking behind a fist pumping into the air. You enter the casino floor and are greeted by the overwhelming kind of sounds and lights flashing around. There's gold dragon statues throughout the building. There's slot machines whirring them by. An endless stream of waiters dropping off cocktails at people's tables so they never leave. There's not a single clock in the place too, because they're really trying to just keep you there forever.
As we're walking, are any of the waiters carrying trays of like food, like little like finger?
Yeah, there's not necessarily finger foods. There is like a restaurant attached to the main area where they like make things to order. So there's like, like a burger and fries like going past on a tray, or there's like, like corned beef on rye. Like
Joey just wants to keep an eye out as we're walking through if there's any like little quick bite that you can grab as we're walking.
Oh, for sure. Roll me a sleight of hand.
We're just really risking it.
Hey, when that lobster tail floats by,
you just
22.
Ooh,
yeah.
You're grabbing tater tots. You're grabbing French fries. Just like little finger foods off things as you go. No one's even noticing. That's how slick this is. You make your way through the casino floor into essentially kind of like the central area where there seems to be a man sitting kind of with like a tuxedo. He kind of looks like a pit boss. Like if you were guessing what a pit boss was, he's a pit boss. So they approach him and they're like, Carol's like, hey, Reg, we actually have 2 people from Jibitowitz here today to get a pure preview of our security system. Could you call down Moe? I was like, right away. So the pit boss kind of like puts his finger to his ear and it's like, beep, boop, boop, boop. And there's like a little call that goes out on the radio. And so Carol turns back to you two and says, it'll be just one moment. Now back in the foyer, Mim, Dare, and Raven are talking with Phineas and examining the vault.
Mim feels fairly confident on, well, I mean, we'll need to get we'll need to get the toy into the system, and we'll figure out how we're going to do that in a second. But now she's more focused on the breathing situation. She wants to know, well, it's an anti-magic field, so a potion of water breathing, whatever, that's not going to be my ticket here. Any ideas, Phineas? She's just like, she's sitting there and she's like kind of thumping her chest, taking breaths, and she'll be like, the whole chamber's flooded, like writing it down.
So, yes, the whole chamber is flooded, and there does seem to be, not a lot of space around the vault in general. The whole pool itself is maybe 30 by 30 feet, and the vault is quite large, somewhere between 12 and 15 feet, our estimates put it at. The one we have here is a confident 13 feet, but once again, no accounting for manufacturing differences between the two. These vaults have both been made to order. There are a couple ways we could get you air. So a scuba suit would be one. Can you hold your
Is
breath?
there a drain anywhere?
She was gonna say, do we have like, I have a bathtub in my room. She'll kind of like indicate, let's like test. Let's just find out how long Mim can hold her breath. Can we get to like Mim's room, lay down in the bathtub, see how long she can last?
Heck yeah. So Phineas, in response to Bima, says,
We assume there has to be some sort of drain for maintenance purposes, or, I don't know, just like how do they even drop things off to begin with? Because celebrities oftentimes bring very expensive items to the casino and they need to have it checked into the vault. Whether it's priceless diamonds or, a guitar that looks like Elvis. People need to store things in the vault from time to time. So we assume there might be a drain, but we have no idea how to trigger it before we're essentially down in the vault. There is a bathtub upstairs, Mib, if you would like to go hold your breath.
Lead away.
I think as Mim goes, Dare is like chatting with her as she's like walking up the stairs, and is like, if we should get a gauge, but if there is a drain or something and I can get in there, I can just find it and trigger it for you, and so you can do your thing.
And she'll write down solid plan B, but probably plan A in about 5 minutes.
Awesome. Back on the casino floor, we have a large dragonborn standing a confident 7 feet tall. It is none other than Moe Azeroth, son of the Azeroth clan, and, not necessarily the first son of the Azeroth clan, but a prominent one. He won't be taking over the casino in general, but obviously he's been charged with running the security system. So Moe approaches you all and looks at the two of you. I gotta get the voice ready. Hang on. And looks at you. So you two are security. Have you two worked with us before? I know we've contracted out Jabitowitz and Sons a few times.
New hire.
New hire, all right. Follow me. And back through the security door, you two exit the casino floor. Just having a merry old time. Now, the backstage of the casino, as you walk through the door is guarded by 2 security people. There seems to be a key card that Moe taps to unlock the door, and you walk into what appears to be a long set of hallways, making sort of an H. There are signs on the walls, not surprisingly, because they probably bring people back here a lot. There's a sign leading one direction that says green room. That's to the left. There's a sign to the right that says utility. And then in the middle of the kind of H, there's a sign that says green room. There's a sign that says utility going the other direction. Another one pointing the same direction of the green room is cashier station. And then in the center area, there is a door that says vault access.
Got it. In the
Oh.
noggin.
Alrighty, so you two are most likely going to be guarding the green room where we'll have Frankie the Babe copacetic. Now, I hope you two are consummate professionals and you will not freak out when you see the babe.
Don't even like his music.
Same.
Is that true? Is that true for both of your characters? Because if not, you're rolling deception right now.
Josephina listens to Frankie the Babe a lot,
Mm.
so it's familiar.
Yeah, so you got the disc set in your car, but it's
Joey
like, you
knows
know,
all the words,
it's not on
but
your iPod Shuffle.
I mean, I asked if it was common knowledge that Frankie was using cocaine, so I feel like
You're
I
out of
don't.
time. Yeah, that's okay. So I'm not gonna make you roll it because you're going fine. And I'll let you both have it. So he begins walking you past the door that says vault access, and along past the door that says cashier station to the green room at the end of the hall. It looks like a standard green room when you enter it. You know, there's a couch. There is a fridge that smells a little bit off. There's a lot of mugs. There's a coffee maker that, you know, has no soul, but it's a green room.
Joyce, while we were walking down that hallway, could I like notice any like surveillance cameras, anything like that as we were walking?
Great questions. Yes. At kind of each intersection of the hallway, there is a camera. So it's like, they're not like the like stick, boop, like old tiny like tape recorder type cameras. They're those like circle ball ones that glue to the ceiling, if you know what I'm talking about. And so at each intersection of hallways, there is one of those on the ceiling.
I'm here for the chat. I think.
Alrighty.
Whatever the speech is.
So you two will probably be around here looking after Frankie the Babe. Follow me. And he closes the door to the green room, takes you further down the hall to an unmarked door that says authorized personnel only. And as he opens it, you are greeted by swaths and swaths of security guards. Conservative estimates, you're probably around 30 to 40 people, generally milling about, having lunch, water cooler conversations. Moe, announcing to the room, is like, all right, listen up, gentlemen. We have 2 members of Jabitowitz Security here today with us. Now, they're going to be helping us out tomorrow. Would you two like to introduce yourselves?
Yup. His name is Jalen. Jalen, you can read it right here on my name tag. A couple of things about me to know. I love security.
Please act like you've been someplace. Oh my god.
It's an honor to be on the team.
I love security.
Oh my god.
What's Biba saying?
The name's Jerry.
Both of you need to roll deception.
Yeah. All
obviously you need to roll deception. You're part of a crowd of guards.
Damn.
But can Bima give, I'm gonna just do a light meta game here. Can Bima give Giuseppe advantage with that mastermind help action, though?
See, I don't
19.
even know
I
because I
worry.
want to give you both
Yeah.
disadvantage.
It's possible. I got a dirty 20 again.
All right. So they honestly, the crowd of security guards is very uninterested.
That's right.
They kind of look at Giuseppe and are like, cool, bro.
I love security.
All right.
I will say this is that, I mean, again, I don't know if there's more to follow Moe's speech, if you will, but I will say that I am going to start kind of like observing the side conversations in the room, assuming that I can recognize the language that everyone is speaking. For those that I can, I am going to try to read their lips and see what they're all saying. And so passively as we continue.
I mean, they're all speaking common.
Great.
And for the most part, it's just like, the wife, she's got me doing all sorts of things. I get home after a long day of working security here at the casino, and then she wants me to mow the lawn. And I'm like, girl, I don't have any grass. It's all dead. We're living in a drought.
Like those are the conversations you're listening to.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
listening for tips for Joey balls, and I'm also listening for tip-offs on who's working any of like the cashier or the vault stations.
I honestly don't know if you're going to hear anything for those two.
Sure.
But
Can
I'll
Can Joey go to like the overhearing like talking about the wife? Can
mhm.
Joey like gravitate towards that group and just try and like because he knows Josephina, right? So it's not an act for him. So he's just like talking about like those similar stresses of like, oh my god, yeah, like my wife, she wants me to retire, but I'm I'm not ready, and like try and like befriend, Joey's a charismatic guy.
Do the
like,
mingle.
them. Yeah, and
Sure.
just like casually get to know them and like maybe find out like, oh, like, how long have you been here? Where are you stationed? That kind of thing.
Awesome. So while you two try to navigate this social situation, let's go back to the bathtub at Tea Leaf Manor.
All right.
It's
What
been
is
a
the-
minute. Yeah. Who all's there, by the way? Because it's what is it? Did you all go to the bathroom?
Raven was intrigued. She was
I
like,
think
how long?
Dare
is
sings a
small
little
and hard?
sea shanty while Mim does this.
Mim, what do you think? What kind of check do you think holding your breath is? Because I want it to be athletics, but I don't know if holding your breath is athletics.
If
I
it's
don't-
athletics, then she definitely
It's
can't do it. It's
Constitution.
got to be
It's
some kind of
Constitution.
Oh my God, it's Constitution. Thank you, Claire, the actual DM.
Claire,
It's
the human
100%
being. I'm so
Constitution.
sorry.
100% Constitution.
But there are
Um,
no Constitution skill checks,
There's
so
like
it's straight
actual.
up.
If you want to get into D&D, there are like actual rules for literally how long you can hold your breath based on your Constitution modifier, which like we could do or whatever. But I don't know shit about them. I just know they exist.
Nah, I hate rules. You know
I
this about
know. That's
me.
why I'm just saying. I'm saying aloud because I don't want to get added. We know they exist. We're choosing to ignore them.
Yeah, we're choosing to ignore them.
You can't do anything about it. Oops, all rogues.
So while
rules.
Dare sings the Wellerman, and Mim submerses herself underwater.
Excuse me, it's How Many Ways to Kill a Sailor. Thank you.
Thank you. While Dare sings How Many Ways to Kill a Sailor, and Mim lowers herself into the pool of water. Give me a roll, Mim, of Constitution just to see how that goes. Raven, what did you turn that husband and wife souls into?
Oh yeah. They're like similar to the name tags. Like they have that kind of aesthetic, but are almost like a name on a necklace, but just that part. The
Gotcha.
little trinkets that-
Just the little, not like a Pandora bracelet, but like one of those type like things.
Yeah.
Was that a
Or
misread? Did I
stones.
misread that?
No, that's absolutely right.
Solid. What'd you roll, Mim?
A 19.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Honestly, maybe we should look up what the Constitution breath minutes
It's
is.
minutes
Her cons-
based on your con mod. So it's literally, that's how many minutes you can hold your breath, apparently.
Oh.
We're getting it in the chat. It's wild.
But that doesn't. So
So
what if your
that's-
mod is like -2?
Then you
Then
can't
you
hold your
die.
breath for very long, I guess.
You can't hold your breath at all.
Well, I don't know.
If your con is -2,
Can't
you're
breathe.
taking negative points every time you roll hit die. Having a negative con modifier is something that should be avoided.
Also true. Mim, what's your con?
2. Or my modifier is 2.
Awesome. With a rolling 19, yeah, I'm gonna give you like a full 2 minutes of breath holding there.
Oh,
Congratulations.
it's 1 plus your con mod. That's how
my
they
God.
get away with the negative con
Wow.
mod number.
3.
So
That's 3 minutes for Mim.
That's pretty good. Mim
It's
is
like
out here
fucking
setting free
years.
diving world records.
Mim feels
Uh,
like she can crack a code with like if she can roll no lower than an 18 and the elemental is completely incapacitated. She feels like she can get that done in 3 minutes. I don't know if that's well. Okay, so now that she knows she has 3 minutes, sopping wet, she's gonna clap her hands excitedly and be like, "Back to the safe!" And she's gonna start timing herself on how fast she can get the code.
I love it. Okay, so back at the casino, as Joey Balls is, talking to people about their home lives, milling about, getting kind of networking with the people. Bima is making Bima's way through the crowd. Sorry about that. So V was making his way through the crowd, and kind of just listening in on conversations. And you do notice that there are, some non-security type people sitting at one table eating lunch. Based on the way they're dressed, you would assume them to be cashiers. They're not necessarily wearing like suits, but they're wearing like, a button-down shirt with like old-timey suspenders, and maybe even a couple of them have that like weird green visor that stockbrokers have. If y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Got a couple of those.
That's real. Do you think, okay, so I guess people would want to assess like, all right, they're in the room, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're always talking to security guards. Because I'm like a guest security guard, can I make my way into, can I either be close enough or make my way into this conversation to overhear?
I mean, definitely. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's not like a packed room, but it's like almost like a cafeteria.
Okay, yeah.
So people aren't really paying too close attention to you.
Wonderful. I'm going to sit close by.
Cool. So you sit by like an adjacent table, and they're mostly just, talking about work stuff, complaining about their supervisor, Carol.
Oh, Carol.
Classic Carol. You know what I mean? So they're just going back and forth.
Where can I find Carol? Does that get conveyed?
You met Carol. Carol was the one who took you to meet
Moe.
Moe.
That Carol.
Okay,
Carol. I'm gonna recount this back to Joey Balls whenever we get a moment to meet up again. Anything else useful?
Not really. They're just kind of complaining about work. They don't like their hours. Basic stuff.
Plebeians. Okay, I'm gonna swing around to Joey Balls.
Awesome. You two reconnect as you're kind of Joey. What? So you have to, communicate yourself as being a, family man, like you are. You're trying to blend in. You're trying to be the security guard. They're complaining about, oh, my wife. What do you share with them?
So Joey's like, oh, my wife, I love her, but oh, my wife, and I have my 8 kids.
They're all like, we love our wives.
We love them. We love our wives. We love our wives, but my goodness.
What those kids?
These kids, 8 of them. 8 of them, and 1 on the way. Can you believe it?
My God.
And this security left, how do you pay? That's a lot of mouths to feed.
I know. We got 4 whippersnappers back in my place. The one, he won't stop eating magnets. I swear to God, I take him to the hospital, and I'm like, "Are you sure? Did you eat a magnet this time?" And he's like, "No, I didn't. But he always eats them."
I have one. Same thing with Pebbles. Same thing with Pebbles. My kids, I'm buying the food. The food goes in their mouth. But bank account's empty. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I got one.
I daydream, and I can say this to you because we're friends. We love our wives. We love our wives, right? These kids have me dreaming. Oh, I'm a security guard. I guard these spaces, and I can't help but daydream. What would it be like, to like get the money from these places? Because these kids eat my wallet dry.
Oh, I hear that. Listen. My kid wants to be the Incredible Hulk. And so every day he wakes up and he takes every green marker in the house and he colors his whole body green. And I gotta wash him.
Crazy.
That's what I wouldn't give for $1 million just to escape for a weekend.
A weekend? A day? Give me an hour.
And just 1 hour. Moe Azroth, who had kind of left you guys to mill about and get to know people, returns back to the room with 2 clipboards. On the clipboards are 2 security passes, as well as a W-4. And so he's like, all right, since you 2 are new hires, that's not the right voice at all. It's like, ma'am, since you 2 are 2 new hires, you'll have to fill out these W-4s before you turn here tomorrow and bring some sort of proof of identification. I assume that will not be a problem.
Moe.
He hands you both the clipboards, gives you a light Dragonborn salute, and you're free to go.
Oh, thank God.
Joey's having a good time.
I know! Joey's having a good time.
Bima, how do you think about it? I just did it.
Don't think about it, buddy. Don't think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
But
Is there anything you two want to do before you make your way back out to Hugo at the car?
I think I want to, as you know, actually, this can definitely be done on the way out. But what I want to do is share with Joey Balls this idea that, well, if Carol's the one who's really in charge of like a lot of this sort of vault cashier stuff, right? We got these passes. We got to somehow prove that we are the people we say we are. And, you know, we should maybe see if we can loop that in. And that's all. I'm ready to head out to the car.
Sick. You both enter the limousine, and she goes like, you made quick work of that one, and he kind of pulls off onto the drive. When you both return to the manor, you find a sopping wet Mim playing around with a stopwatch and a giant vault. Sitting on the sidelines is a Phineas, Dare, and Raven. And you all kind of re-enter this foyer together.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, "What did you do to Mim?"
She can hold her breath for 3 minutes.
It's incredible.
Oh.
And she'll
I'm
be
like-
like,
Headed towards the bar
She's, like,
again.
doing the lock.
Oh my gosh.
Right, I was
And-
thinking if we should go back and clean up those bodies.
Oh,
We could get rid of
that
them.
would be a
on.
good idea.
Bodies?
Right, well, if you see, lift your arm. There's a little hole there.
There is.
How many people were killed in the quest for 2 uniforms?
Do you want to guess?
3?
You're close.
Mim's gonna, wait.
Figure it would take an extra
Mim
target.
throws up 3 fingers,
Oh my gosh.
not like stopping from working.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
2.
Right,
2
well,
and a half.
we get, yeah, 2.5. Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But right, I was just thinking we should clean the bodies up, but does anybody need anything?
Yep. We need some ID. So while those bodies are there, you know, if we could get a little Jalen and Jerry
Snag the wallets.
patience.
Right.
All
Great.
right.
As much as I want you two to go back to this active crime scene, we are running out of session time.
I mean, I would be very calm to be like, we do this. I just was like, we do need to go clean up those bodies.
All right, I'll allow it, but the Joyce the DM really wants it to be that when you go back, it is an active crime scene with police tape and several officers. But for
We
narrative
were
sense,
so
you can go
quiet.
back. Yeah, but
There's-
it's 4 dead bodies in an inlet mall. Like an
Only a couple hours later, how many people are going to that security office?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, look, if you want to do it, I respect it.
No, I won't. I just wanted everyone to know that I wanted to take it there.
I mean,
Um,
yes.
For the family.
Look, they'll be
As-
looking for that family for a couple of days. Eventually, they'll figure out what happened and we'll be gone.
Mademoiselle Tea Leaf kind of enters at the top of these stairs in the foyer, seeing all of you at the bottom of the steps. Mim frantically spinning dials on the safe. She turns to Bima, Joey, Raven, and Dare, and she says, "Well, how was it?" Was there too much resistance? Any unforeseen complications?
No, it's the people who work at a casino were exactly like you would think.
That's good to hear.
I think Joey Balls made some new friends.
I think Dare's looking at Mim.
Is Mim able to crack a safe in 3 minutes?
Well, Let's see. Give me that sleight of hand roll.
All right, let's see here. A 25 that time.
Yeah, that.
Ooh.
So, as Mademoiselle Tea Leaf stands at the top of these stairs, addressing her team of rogues, we hear a loud and the vault swings open. Gerald springs forth from the logs, be like, "Hey, we did it! Come on, forget about it!" and flies off into the air. Mademoiselle Tea Leaf looks at you all five and says, "Well, good work, everyone. It looks like we got a show to catch tomorrow." And that is part 2 of Oasis 11. Blam, blam, blam.
Blam, blam, blam. The energy of how many people stan Joey Balls is incredible.
It's real though. I stand Joey Balls. I also want like a
Boy.
biopic of just like that conversation in the guard room.
Oh my god. What good
My son!
What a good energy. The man whose son colors himself green with magic markers every day. Oh my god.
He wants to be the Hulk.
It's rough out there.
It's incredible. Announcements that I have
Yeah,
for
any
my own
channel announcements.
channel. We may or may not play Date With Us on Tuesday. I keep trying to make these promises and then my work keeps getting in the way. I would like to date the cats. I would like to date the cats more than I would like to do pretty much anything in my life, and my life keeps getting in the way. I really hope that Joyce and I are gonna date the cats on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I feel confident on this day, as I do always. We're gonna try to date the cats next Tuesday, but next Wednesday we might take a week off here. We are either going to many Twitch streamers are taking a day off for a day off Twitch. Other Twitch streamers are organizing live on-stream protests in an effort to move the people who are contributing to them financially through Twitch to other platforms like Patreon or Venmo or what have you, Cash App, Ko-Fi, whatever. So I encourage you all to like do a little bit of reading about that. Yeah, absolutely Twitch needs to do better. There have been a lot of hate raids and bots and a lot of just like really toxic shit. And obviously because Arzon overlords own the company Twitch and Twitch doesn't need to do anything and makes money hand over fist, that makes it really complicated and difficult. So anyway, we are sort of figuring out what that means for this channel in specific, whether that means taking a week off, whether that means streaming to YouTube, or whether that means hosting, another one of those sort of protest streams on this channel and helping to mod for them. So either way, something will be happening. I would say check out my Twitter or the Discord. At Claire the DM all over the place, and then I'm gonna drop a list to a link to the Discord right now. So either way, whether we air the finale somewhere else next week Wednesday or not, we will be airing it on the channel either live or rerun on Wednesday the 8th. I feel like it's most likely that we're gonna do the finale together on Wednesday the 8th, but just in case the plans change, we're just throwing it out there. We're all figuring it out here together. But in the meantime, that's the plan. We're going to try to date cats. We're going to try to be rogues. We're all just out here doing our best.